My beautiful stars, reading time. Just before we get into today's reading, I need to say this because I always talk about don't overwatch tarot. Now, if you watched yesterday's collective and you found strength in it, that resonated for you, you know that that reading was something you needed, please do not watch today's reading, okay? Heartbreak is a funny thing, and if it's been really hard for you to find strength in your heartbreak and you got some form of guiding advice from yesterday, today's collective is not yesterday's collective, and there's communication, guilt, remorse, and I just don't want anyone to set themselves in confusion and take 10 steps back, okay? I just want to make that clear. All right, let's get a dice. Whenever I go for these, it's kind of a now energy. All right, so that within the next 4 days, but there's that emperor kind of masculine strength. Normally when I get these, one comes out. So maybe you actually heard from this person maybe 4 days ago. This could be in your energy now. Yeah, that's what I feel. This person's got commitment on their mind, but this has been a time. This has been some time. So everything in divine timing. The divine's really got a hold of this right now, but things are about to get serious. This person's coming towards you. Like I said, I'm feeling guilt, remorse. So there's clearly some things here that this person is feeling guilt and remorse for. Let's be real. But I do feel they've got a very pure intention coming forward to you. They clearly want to have a deep conversation, which is nice energy. There it is, confession. I'm really getting love bubble energy from this. So this is clearly aligning with you for a reason. You could be really struggling with your clarity towards this person. You could be struggling with your trust towards this person. You could, if they're already in, be really questioning their intentions right now. Or this could be something that really activates in you when they come forward. Unfortunately, I just saw that sneaky card. So I always say holding back truth is just as bad as lying in my eyes, but I don't think this person, I think if anything, they've held back quite a few things that they've had on their chest. Does that make it right? No, it doesn't. There's clearly a reason this collective, you'd be questioning this person's intention towards you. But like all my readings, I'll really knuckle down and break down their pure intention. But again, I'm just feeling a very overwhelmed energy from them, but a genuine energy from them. Okay, you could have shared a pet with this person. Maybe your pets are acting very funny around you right now as well, especially if the divine's got a hold of this. This is clearly a pivotal point in your life's journey with this person, even if it's just a lesson, whatever it is. If the divine's got control, it's something to do with your soul contract. So your pets would be acting very differently around you, more love, less love. Just their normal behavioral traits would be a little bit different, okay? But again, you could have shared a pet with this person. All right, commitment. Yeah, date night. So this person is wanting to really take you out, and I'm hearing this person to put the right effort in. And I always say there's a difference between communication to someone locking in and dedicating themselves to trying to fix something. And I don't think this person's just popping up with a, hey, how are you? Like I said, I feel this person's really wanting to reopen this scar and see where you guys can go. Okay, so they could literally be coming in, maybe first a bit of a conversation, but also leading up with wanting to see you. So anyway, the divine, air sign, you could be an air sign, they could be an air sign, but the divine has had a hold of this, believe it or not, this communication, these veils. I am smelling a bit of a divine connection here, I will confirm, but this definitely has been stuck for a while. And okay, confession, communicate. So that's what they could come in, a bit more conversation, wanting compromise, forgive, work it out. But there's a lot of depth that they want to get into, and there's a lot of things that they have guilt, remorse that they want to speak about. So it could be more of this really comes when you guys are more face to face. Yes, luck is on your side. This is a very positive spread. Lady beetles, they could be a sign. So you have had a lot of, and your pet, maybe you've had a few challenges with your pets of recent as well. But this is about your inner healing, and I think it just also confirms about how our pets can really read our energy. And I actually feel this collective, your pets are giving you a little bit more love. But travel could be involved here as well. Or as maybe you're travel, but you're scared to leave your little fur babies. That's what I heard, that very specifically. But you and this person, there's definitely been emotional distance, and clearly for this collective, physical distance, to get both of the travel cards here. Okay, so that's what's around you. I just want to confirm your connection. Then I'm going to break down you guys and how you're feeling. It's the reason I think this collective, there's a little bit of lack of trust towards this person, and then we will really break it all down. Okay. So there has been deep heartbreak here. You got the heartbroken card, so deeply hurt over this separation. A lot of sadness, a lot of grieving, a lot of mourning. But there it is. So you both have clearly been always interested in conversing more, but it clearly wasn't the right time. But I feel that's this person right now over their phone. It's kind of that write, rewrite, text, email, call, hovering. You guys could have, I don't think you were married, that would have come out, but this could have been one of those connections. The whole world was promised here when this person exited, but I do think this person, like your first card was the commitment, things are about to get serious, and the main energy I'm feeling from this person is just, they want so much more than just to be your friend or just to, it's like they're seeing you as a life partner energy, and it's kind of, I hope I haven't missed the boat here. But union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. Beautiful. Butterfly, relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child and growth. This is called for, wow, so this was very, and then maybe that's why they've got guilt and remorse. The way this exited, it could have really been done through more silence and feeling abandoned here. Wow. So you got painful separation. This would have called for both of you to have to go into deep reflection of healing, especially emotion that's kind of held you back in relationships that bring up abandonment and codependence and fear, ego, jealousy. Heartbroken. Those two were together as well, so this is really confirming this kind of energy. You both have really been going through inner healing and evolving this. Might not be aware of it just yet. Again, there's a reason I feel this collective, there's a lot of distrust here. You could have really, as they were holding their cards close to their chest, but through this heartbreak, you could have really resonated with chasing them. But again, your codependence and abandonment issues, this really resurfaced a lot through this separation. But I think this person has always kept their cards. This is one of my collectives. They saw you as the one that got away, but they really viewed you as getting away. I don't think that this person ever really thought that you guys could come back into alignment. Clearly, if they left you this way, there is reason behind it. And this is, again, main message, guilt and remorse over things that they had kept close to their chest. I don't person ever really had the confidence to come through with that honesty that was needed. So they kind of put you in that too hard basket. They condemned this. But without you knowing, this whole time, there was still this insane intimacy and intensity that they felt for you, insane chemistry, liking each other equally. Could you see that? No, because they weren't showing you their hand. They didn't know how to. Oh my God, you got the runner chaser journey. So this really has been, I was smelling divine all over this. But this is why I really want to make it clear. Yesterday's collective, do not watch this. It's a different energy. But now this runner hovering over their phone, wanting to mess, they want to converse, they want to see you. They want to savor you. They want to savor this. All right, so that's what I feel. This was what was promised for the right collective. So you didn't just get axed and heartbroken, you got the stabbed in the back. So this is one of my collectives. They did. They promised you the world, and then when they left, they never addressed the reason why. They didn't want to deal with it. They were hurt. They were avoiding the conversation. They had boundaries. They had a fortress around them. They presented angry. You were a no-go zone. No wonder this collective, this would be hard to let this person back in. And this is where yesterday's collective differs. Yesterday's collective, you would let this person back in no matter what. This collective, you finally gotten to a point where it's going to be a hard one for you to open your heart here. Ascend. Oh my God, underneath butterfly, you got ascending. Transcending obstacles, learning expansion, new phase, preparing for union. Where yesterday's collective, it's hard for you to put up boundaries. This collective, I feel it's going to be very hard for you to let down your boundaries now. I don't think anyone's hurt you to this extent in the past when it comes to your heart space. Unconditional love, even through this axe energy. You've endured a lot. This really was your stability once upon a time, but so much reminiscing. This is a card of wanting to learn from the past and make new memories now. As always, I'm just here for advice. This is you either want something like this or you don't. I'm just here to deliver the message. Okay. Just quickly, I just want to see how you're viewing this whole situation right now. Just to confirm what I'm feeling. How do you view this person? It's funny because this has affected your worth so much. You're finally standing up for what you deserve. You've learnt your self-worth, your self-respect. You've learnt to be self-sufficient. You've learnt to thrive in your independence. You've learnt to create a very abundant, fulfilling life for yourself. Don't make this fit. Now you're seeing things clearly. You're not blinded. You're not playing tricks on your mind when it comes to this. This is reminding me of a collective. You finally came into acceptance, and then poof, what happens? Two of Cups. That's nice. So there's not anger. You do know this person was a pivotal point in your life. I could feel it in that first deck. This is some form of soul connection. It is some form of your soul contract. But you're not blinded by that anymore. You understand lessons that needed to come from this. Seven of Wands in reverse. Maybe you do think of, this is really a card, it is actually a card of compromise and making amends, but also not wanting to face conflict and friction and abruption. I just think you're a lot more aware of your triggers and energy and what aligns to you and what doesn't. So even though there's still some form of openness here, you're very aware of what doesn't align to you and what accelerates your nervous system. We talk about it all the time. And I think this is more, you're not going to back down from your true needs and wants in life anymore. If you've truly found and tapped into your true worth, your self-respect, this being true or not, you will not be swayed by words, and you've become someone very aware of red flags, emotional triggers. So maybe in the past when you were tied to someone with that magnetic pull, that intensity, those red flags, those warning signs, you would ignore for the state of companionship. This collective, you clearly you're not going to put yourself back in that position. This is also about a lost cause. So as soon as you feel, and you might not even be aware of this, especially if this person hasn't re-entered just yet. You might not have had that big love test with this person. But if you've noticed in life, it's a lot easier right now. When someone doesn't align with you, you're quite free to just put up a boundary and see, let it be a friendship, a family ship, a workship, whatever it is. You don't align with me. And that's not your fault. We just don't align energetically. You don't make me feel good in your company. You're already being shown that you're starting to be a lot more receptive of yourself and how you really feel. It's good. Finally, setting the right goals, thinking of yourself. This is a card of good news, but it's a card of the study of magic in this deck. And it's also about a lot of hard work and ambition. And I think when you view this connection, you view how much this has changed you, especially when it comes to the abundance you've created for yourself and how you actually thrive in independence. You make your magic in independence. This relationship definitely matured you emotionally. Yeah, that's not going to fly. You know the difference between a Page of Cups and an Emperor, a proper energy. So, apology or not, you're not naive anymore. So remember, this came out this way. You yourself do no longer have a naive approach to love. Spiritual connection or not, sensitivity towards this or not, when it comes to how you view love, you're not in Page of Cups no more. So a Page of Cups approach for you, you've just got better judgment. That's the word. A lot more better judgment of yourself, your environment, and the people you allow in. So this is why you've got a clear mindset now. Ace of Swords in reverse. So remember, I was seeing that sneaky card. This card's about blocked communication, clouded judgment, hostility, missing information. It's not that you're holding on to resentment, but you're starting to understand, I kept aligning myself in a situation with a lack of honesty, a lack of transparency. That's my fault. I choose to see this clearly now. You would have taken this separation so personally instead of really understanding this person's trauma. And I always talk about the veils and our triggers when I bring out that white card. when we aren't the most self-aware, we're not the most connected to the energy around us, when someone presents with their armor up, the mystery, the sneak, whatever it is, you take it personally instead of seeing this is how they deal with their trauma. That's not my burden to carry. That's who they are as a person. They need to heal that. So the dishonesty, you would have just, because you were struggling to see yourself, you would have blamed yourself for everything. This collective, you're starting to really see this whole thing clearly. This was never my fault. The way they walked away, the axe, the stabbed in the back, the heart, but like, watch the whole thing. The way they walked away, it's the only way they knew how. The way I chased was the only way I knew how. I was having to heal my own veil, my own trauma. Someone treats me like shit, I chase them. That's my issue. Someone that's scared to be truthful, so they choose dishonesty, that's their burden to carry, not mine. It's like deep in your soul, it wasn't that the love wasn't there. You guys didn't know how to deal with the emotion of love, either of you, but in your own way. And I always say that Two of Cups, this collective, you're viewing this, no one's better than the other. That's an emotional equal, that's in synergy, in sync, in balance. You know your faults, you also know their faults, but you're not mistaking their faults as your fault anymore. My collective, that'll make sense. You could have actually worked with this person, but this is about 3 different masterminds coming together. And it's funny, this card literally says in synergy, but active listening. And I think that's the thing with this 7 of Wands in reverse. I don't think it's that you're, oh, I'll never hear this person out. But you understand, even though you're it's 2 peas in the pod, but yet chalk and cheese. 3 different masterminds coming together, making a masterpiece. In your soul, you know you're very different, but you're also so the same. But you know, even though you have different mindsets, mind frames, trauma, whatever it is, without coming into synergy, actively listening, coming into compromise, learning how to be solution prone, not turn a challenge conflict, no relationship will work. Friendship, familyship, loveship. This collective, you're probably the biggest thing that you're aware of right now is not just other people's communication tools, but your own. You're finally standing into your authentic self. And again, this is how you're viewing this. So there's nothing angry here. This is just, it really is acceptance. It's not a burden thought. It's not an agonized thought. You understand why this all happened. But you just count your blessings, and you count your blessings for whatever imprint this made on you in the past. You're not holding on to the future, what maybe you've let it go. But through your own 4 of Cups, through this, so you would have faced depression or whatever. This wasn't easy, but you found yourself. You turned the negative into the positive. You've finally gotten out of seeing this whole situation glass half empty to look at what I've gained, look at what I've experienced. You turned your pain into magic. No longer seeing it as a missed opportunity. Without this, you would never have tapped into your blueprint, your authentic self. And this isn't just words, this is your energy. This is what I talk about, discernment. It's very easy to say these things, but to believe them is different. When you truly believe them, you're not sitting there longing every day, pining every day, checking you're doing your thing. Okay, do they come up over you? Yeah, they do. But it's, we lost that part. Anyway, I'm just wanting to now, I hate when that happens. I'm just wanting to see that, because I wanted to confirm the guilt, remorse, but hurts at the bottom of the deck. So I just want to confirm this person's emotion when they're like towards you right now, what they're feeling. First one, rejected. how they turned you down, how they discarded you, how they made you feel unwanted, ignored, shut out, how they kept saying no. So again, the guilt, remorse, and back to the other deck, you got the axe, the stabbed in the back, the boundaries, the still angry, the heartbroken hands, the cards close to their chest. And I explained it then. It's really sad when people don't know how to deal with exiting out of a very powerful relationship. This right collective, you were planning long-term commitment. So no wonder they're going over this. And maybe they do have fear that they might be rejected by you. Okay. How they lost their happiness. It's more, I think this person's starting to realize maybe they chose wrong. I want one more for their... Yeah, the disappointment they feel. I think this person knows it's going to be an uphill climb. They're not expecting you to just bring your walls down. The way they let you down, the way they didn't meet your expectations, the frustration, the disconnect, the sadness. They weren't seeing this right. I don't think this person, I'm going to be honest, really understood how happy you made them in the moment. I don't think this person really knew how to appreciate love and the power of love. And again, if they knew how happy you made them in that moment, like really understood it, heartbreak or not being able to deal with separation or not, it wouldn't have been so shut down and painful. I said it before, I really think this person, when they chose to leave, they never thought that they would come back. And now, let it be, they've had a lot of comparisons in their life, or really started to align with maybe the not best situations. They're really starting to understand how special you really were. You got to remember, this person's got marriage on their mind. So if they're wanting life partner energy with you, and seeing that failure, I think they feel like they've failed by putting all this distance here. Depressed. So they're going through it. They're just waiting for the right time. And how long you've waited. Waiting for you, pause, hoping for contact. That's them hovering right now. Trying to be patient, waiting for the right time. Unhappy, so happy to unhappiness, sorrow, deflated, empty, unmotivated, grief, disassociating, pain. That's really sad. They're feeling worthless. So there is a little bit of maybe comparison. They feel like no one cares about them, that they don't matter. They're defective. This is sad, flawed, unwanted. They're feeling undervalued. So again, they're comparing. The only positive card you've got is this happiness. And I knew straight away it was not that they're happy, they're reflecting on their happiness, how disappointed they are. You never want anyone, not even your worst enemy, to feel that way. You know me about the Bible and stuff, and I just think it's a magical fairy tale, but there's something written about pray for your enemies, and it's kind of that when hurt people, unfortunately, all they know how to do is hurt people. And I think this person, the way they left you or treated you, unfortunately, it was how they had been left in the past, or what made them hurt the most when it came to love. Unfortunately, they projected that back on you, and there's a reason this is coming to my mind. I feel this person feels so much guilt about it. They clearly are very sensitive and understand emotion. Look at how hard they are being on themselves for what they've done. And the sad thing is, this person struggles to see their value. So if you're really a 9 of Pentacles, listen to Salem ringing her bell. And sad at the bottom. I just want one more for this. Worthless. Why this was, and that's why they created the distance, the space. So it wasn't that this person didn't desire you, or this is what created the indecision. They didn't feel good enough. This was very difficult for them. So they needed to put, needing space. This is why they shut down, they detached, they cold, they removed themselves, they withdrew. Last one. For them to be impatient, right? For them to, this is what they're reflecting on when they think of you. So I do think they must still struggle with a bit of worthiness, but I think they're starting to understand their behavior towards you was because of this. So instead of blaming you to keep angry, they're starting to realize the way they treated you through this and how cold they were is, unfortunately, and it's a hard thing to realize when you just don't feel good enough for someone. And that was one of the biggest things for this collective. You're starting to realize this was never about you not being good enough. And this is what happens with true divines. You come into that realization and you remove the block, you feed it through them. So now that you're starting to realize this was never because you were worthless or not good enough, it was their trauma. That was one of your main focuses. It's like they can feel that shift if they know it or not. And they're starting to confront that energy themselves. Yeah, that's beautiful. And I think you really did bless them. That's a positive one. It's like it's not appreciating you while they had you. Wow. Oh, that's too many, but let's get them. How they were selfish. Took them so long to make this decision. They're anxious. And they guard that, not feeling the hurt. I do believe this person's very anxious. You can see them over their phone. There's that sad again. Very heavy emotion. At least you've got deep reflection, and if they're going over their selfishness, this is why they're really wanting to open up and be clear and open this scar again and take accountability. It's nice. Okay. Hold on a sec. Let's just quickly confirm with these. I just want to get 5, please. Oh, first one. Same as your first deck. Genuine. They don't just want to talk, they want to mend it. Okay, I want to fix our connection, and that's why they're going to put in the effort that they know is needed. But again, this person knows it's not going to be easy, and that's another big point here, because for the right collective, it's not going to be easy. You've really... like I said, this part's very important. If this part did not align with you, do not watch this discernment. It's not anger. It's not any of that. It's just you're in realization of what aligns to you emotionally and what doesn't. It's just you're so aware of your energy now that in the past you saw love in a Page of Cups view. You were very naive. You lacked the right judgment when it came to connections, especially if there was attraction and magnetic pull. The right collective. You do not view not just love, but any kind of personal relationship in your life. You don't view it that way anymore. So important. Again, they're going over their space and how long this has taken them. Confirmation. They feel guilt over that. And now they're starting to realize inseparable and reminiscing truth. Your love is always there despite the distance. They can feel you now more than ever. And this collective, you feel them less more than ever. Another important part. Going over how this was so unexpected, how they handled all of this. Things didn't go the way I planned. And they're reflecting on their decisions and their life. Remember, they're comparing right now. Last one. Two. Secret. So they know they need to open up about something here. Again, you got confession. They're unworthy, so they are that worth. They're still going over you're a better person than I am. So they still, and their habits, so they're still reflecting on some habits here, which probably makes them nervous. But this unworthy one's huge. I haven't told you everything. Unworthiness is a real struggle in connections. I say it all the time because this is what creates trust issues, jealousy, claiming. You just want to really hope this person understands this about them, because if this was a highly accusatory connection in the past and jealousy and trust issues broke you apart, if that's not at least aware enough to be able to talk and communicate and be vulnerable when these trigger points are coming up, you're destined to repeat it. And the biggest thing with this collective, you are so aware of this in your energy now. You won't... I always talk about healing. It's not about completely removing it. It's having enough understanding of your emotion, learning to ride the wave, learning to be able to communicate. The right partner knows your vulnerabilities and they know the things that make your soul unsettle, and they soothe them. They don't accelerate them. So I really hope this person's if this is a deep scar of them, until they really trust and there's dependence and they can see through both of you that you guys have the communication tools to soothe this stuff. This is a hard one to, this will always be a little seed in your relationship, but you guys need to learn to soothe each other's vulnerabilities, not hold them against each other or accelerate them. Okay. But when they think of you, there are still some things in their life. I'm going to be honest. And again, they need to be open and clear. They have some habits that they don't know if they'll be able to change. I don't know if I'll ever be able to change these habits. So that burdens them as well. So there is some things here. Okay, let's get these. Then we'll get their intention, message cards, and then I'm going to roll the dice from the universe and see their perspective and what's coming. Oh, we got the message cards first. Clearly we're meant to get these first. I was looking for my Divine Truth cards. I know I don't tell you enough, but I think you're absolutely amazing inside and out. And they haven't told you this collective. Since this collective, another big thing here, since your separation, they have walls everywhere. This person hasn't come in and tried to make this work with you again. Remember I said it was like too hard basket. They regret saying this to you, but remember, I feel this person, if they knew it or not, there was jealousy. They didn't accept this. They didn't want to accept your greatness. It helped them kind of stay away in anger because they weren't in deep reflection of why you were triggering them so much, but you activated their worthlessness, their unworthiness. They didn't want to face it. I want to be in union just as bad as you do. The timing is key. I think it's the patience they're going over. The waiting is a huge thing here, the time. I'm trying to figure out how energy works. This is good. And I feel it for them. I'm working on manifesting my own reality with you. I think they're working on making changes because they're reflecting on their habits. They're reflecting on the things that hold them back. And I always say that's the first step of changing. Self-awareness, acknowledgement, seeing how your actions repeat cycles in your life, which they are clearly going through, which is very nice. I'm learning all of these, the flower of life, there's a lot of spiritual lessons this person's going through. I'm learning many spiritual lessons because of you. This journey has been a roller coaster. Ooh. All right, this is the unworthiness that comes in. I doubt this relationship because you were too good to be true. It's confirmed in every deck, the high regard they have for you. You're that walk. They just expect angel wings. Are you real or is this just a mirage? They literally think you're too good to be true. How could you ever love me? Why would you want me? Is what I just heard. Sad. Say them ring a bell. They really do still struggle a bit with comparison. Look at all of these spiritual activation cards. I'm working on myself so we can be in union. The union's their biggest thing. It's in every deck. They don't just want to, they want to fix it. I need you to trust me right now. And that's where the issue's going to... I always say, if this is really divine, it's not all bloody kumbaya coming in. You have a chapter of healing together. You need to see that you guys can nurture your vulnerabilities and grow together. Okay? You guys kind of go through a bit of an ego challenge at the start. It's like an ego death you both need to go through. It's not going to be easy. You guys, and I always say, a true divine, they're your biggest triggers in the world. They amplify your triggers by a gazillion, but they also amplify your greatness by a gazillion. When you first come into alignment, you're just self-unaware. You're just amplifying triggers through your time away. And this collective has, what's your part? You've already amplified your own greatness. You found your greatness. And this is why you guys are ahead of their journey. It's not to have unconditional love and understanding in separation. It's when they come back. I always say, until they activate, until they're on the frequency of this, you're not divine. You're not spiritual equals per se. But all that unconditional love, understanding, patience, and kindness, it comes from when they arrive. Reflect back on your awakening and how long it took you to grow and come through emotional lessons of awareness. And even as you guys all activate, I say the spiritual arrogance, you think you know it's a progressive journey. And this is where it's the union point, where your unconditional love, understanding, and kindness gets tested. You have to have patience with their healing, and you have to have patience and understanding of those trigger points and vulnerabilities, so it's not excessively triggering. It's not easy at all. Can you hear me sending you telepathic messages? I feel you listen to my innermost thoughts. So they're definitely feeling spiritually connected to you. You are all I think about. You intrigue me and I want to know every little... These are all message cards and spiritual activation cards, but this one, the only caution card here is their self-worth. They think you're too good to be true. Another caution card. So I'm trying to figure out how energy works. I'm working on these emotions I have for you. I'm going to say too intense. It caused me to run away. They didn't know how to deal with their emotion, but neither did you. This collective, watch from the start. I wasn't ready for this love, but now they're trying to understand how this energy works and why it was in such high acceleration. Remember, they're reflecting on they were their most happiest and blessed with you for so long. They didn't want to face that. They didn't want to remember that. They're not pushing away the intensity anymore. They're embracing it. They're wanting to learn from it. They're wanting to understand it. I thought my eyeballs were on. Oh, another spiritual awakening card. My focus was my career. I was trying to provide you the life you deserved. I believe that. If they were comparing to you and you're a 9 of Pentacles, they would have wanted to come in with some shit sorted. Our sexual chemistry is off the hook. When we are intimate, it feels like I'm on a high. So they're also going over your infinity energy, your sacral energy. I am tired of running away from this connection. I miss you so much, and I need you by my side. Last one. Too good to be true. Whoa. When you least expect it, I will come back to you and everyone will witness our love in the 3D. You are the only one to set boundaries with me. They have that expectation too. And you might not think it, but clearly this collective, I know chaser came out, more maybe energetical chasing, but I think you've let this person be. I just think you let them spread their wings. Was it agony for you in separation? Yeah, it was. But you chose silence, where maybe other people in their life would have chased them through these games. This collective, you clearly didn't. I always say, and again, this is where the patient's understanding. Like you guys, when you first heal, I see it in the comments, I've been healing for a year. I'm all healed. I've finished all my self-work and I'm coming back to you. So they're coming back thinking that they've, even though they're going over certain things, it's like there's a perception in them that they're all, this is where you need the patience, the understanding, and this is why you guys are ahead. You have to experience when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Okay. I just want to get my divine, hold on. So just these divine truth cards. Oh, they got it twice. They really do think they're... I wouldn't be surprised if this person's trying to manifest you. Telepath, you got it twice. I'm drawn to you in every way. I've drawn to you in a way I've never experienced before. Our love is so deep and complex. Do you hear me talking to you? I need you close to me right now. Please respond. Oh, you are their wish come true. You are my purpose fulfilled. You're my sun, my moon, and my stars. You could have said that to each other. You're my everything. Not seeing things so black and white anymore. I've always tried to be so realistic with life, but you opened up the color in my world. Magic. Oh, truth. Again, they got wedding rings for you. They really are. I loved you yesterday. I love you still, and I will love you always. In love. Okay, so they're going through their shadow. Confirmation. Through this, I'm so drawn to you in every way. Our love is so deep and complex. Until we make our shadows conscious, we will still continue to hurt others. So they know this. And that's why they're going over their habits, their unworthiness, what's the whole thing? Oh. Telepathy, can you feel their nerves? You make me feel so nervous and excited in a good way. I'm so scared to approach you. Expression. But again, propose confirmation. This is underneath this person wants to marry this collective. very rare I hear that in a reading. Probably not even a handful of readings I've had since I've been on here that I've heard that. This person genuinely wants to marry you. I'm taking the next step in our relationship. Let's move in together and get married. It's from Ruth. You're picture perfect to them underneath wish granted. You are beautiful. They don't believe your existence. Are you a mirage card? You are beautiful inside and out. I stare at your pictures all day long. Nice. How they've avoided this because of their black and white approach. So they know they weren't seeing it right. I've always tried to be realistic about life, but you opened the color up in my world. I really wanted to be close to you, but I avoided emotional attachment out of fear. So they're going over their past thought pattern. Again, another confirmation of accountability. And then underneath in love, you got perfect pair. Oh, this person's everything and divine feminine energy. You're a goddess who healed me and transformed me to my higher self. We are perfect for one another. You match my vibe. I love your energy. One more. Divine timing and letting go of all the negativity in their life, literally. And you got divine timing in your first deck. The universe always delivers in divine timing. And I guess the patience that's happened, but trusting the process. 11, 11 and 4. And 4 was your dice number. Releasing negative thoughts and people. Major spiritual awakening, cleanse and rebirth. The divines had a hold of this, so they really are activated. Watch the whole thing. Beautiful. Very nice. All right, I'm gonna get we know we got that 4, so let's see this person's action, and I want to see the universe's perspective as well. You can see their intention is very beautiful. Pure intention. We said it about 10 times over this walk away and everything that happened. Pure intention, opening up their feelings on a deep level, but they're coming in with self-love. Ace of Cups is also about self-love. I think they're really going to finally talk about how painful this separation was from them, this removal, how hard it was to walk away from this cup, but they didn't understand the intensity and the happiness. And I don't think this person's ever addressed. That's a huge part for this collective. This was never addressed. Acts, silent treatment, the not dealing, the heartbreak. So speaking of the abandonment, the withdrawal, the walking away, the letting go of you, paired with Ace of Cups. It's going to be very deep and emotional. I do think they want to put balance in this again, but I'm seeing a bit of a juggling act. Hold on a second. Let's get some intentions here. Well, we know that. The 8 truly activated. So they're seeing all the signs, synchronicities of you, the angel numbers. I'm receiving so many messages about you through numbers, symbols, and images. The universe is showing me my way back to you and you back to me. And they're extremely sentimental, going over that camera, wanting to make new memories now. The memories of us bring me so much joy, but agony at the same time. The emotion cards. I think about you continuously. You are never far from my thoughts. 25, 15, and 41 could be other important, or 318. You could be watching this at 318. 8 could be another important number, or life path number, destiny number. All right, so a specific memory they're going over from September through November, November to December. Okay, so again, this is what maybe a memory of agony, but also you've got a mixed bag here, because they're going over how blessed and happy you made them, but they're also going over the pain, the comparison, the worried about judgment, the waiting. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's a good or negative thing that I will confirm though. 999, you'd be seeing a lot of that if this is really closing out, like this painful chapter. Infatuation, I do think for a long time now they're starting to get guidance. I think you got to remember, this person, you're so perfect to them, they couldn't believe you were real. Watch the whole thing. I think for a long time they questioned, was this just the sexual attraction, the chemistry, or was this really love? Like, I think this was another thing that made them question a lot about return. But again, this collective was clearly a veils here. Oh, good. They really are going through a dark night of the soul. That's why they're seeing this all clearly now. I'm fighting my demons and re-examining my actions. Another confirmation. It's life-altering and also extremely painful, but at times I fight against these changes, but I know it must happen for me to evolve. How they ghosted you. Well, they did. They axed and that not dealing card. Every deck, they've got telepathically connected to you. Every deck. This person feels they're telepathically connected to you. So underneath a memory, so they would think you know a truth about something that they're going over. Because remember that card, you see deep into my soul. There's something here that you called them on. There's something here that they think you've seen, or something aligned in a really freaky way that you might not even know. Maybe you posted something on a day that something happened, or there's something here with a memory. Because every deck this person has got telepathy. This is telepathic. So for the right collective, they see things to make them, like, they believe this to their core, this person. Every deck. I feel you through everything. The things I touch, the images I see, the voices I hear. We are connected throughout the universe, even though we're miles apart. Like, you would not be able to tell this person otherwise. And you know what I talk about telepathy. You know what I say about that. It's good. That part's good. Okay. So I got that because I wanted to see juggling. I do think they're a little bit fearful if they can put balance into their life with this connection, which means they still have a bit of trauma, thinking being in love means everything else, loses balance. That's something they need to overcome. But I do think as well, this person knows it's not going to be easy to put balance into this again. I've said it so many times. This person's not foolish. They know it's going to take more than a message. Like, they know it's going to take consistency to bring your armor down. She's good. Because of the betrayal and what was done. How they blinded you. How they left you in a mental prison. They want to release this pain. They want to put closure back into this. Well, not that it was ever given, let's be real. But look at the cards of the abandonment, the betrayal, the heartache. And I do think they're a bit fearful. And I do think maybe they're expecting the worst a little bit. But they have a lot of guilt for a certain illusion that they've put you under. That's for sure. I want one more for these two, because I think that's what they know they've inflicted on you. But in turn, by breaking your heartbreak, they broke their own. I just heard the stillness. And I always say, it was never not there, it was germinating. But the time and how long this has taken for them to come forward. But it's funny, this card says long-term investment, as we were saying, the consistent effort here, but they know it's going to take hard work to make you trust, or not make you trust them again, but to build trust back here. Saturn's gift, we're in Saturn's retrograde right now, but they're wanting for this to come into some form of harvest season, but again, they're not expecting this to be easy, and that's the biggest main detail for this collective. It's not you're coming into just so much awareness of yourself, which is really beautiful, and what you need and want in life. All right, last one. Nine of Cups. Let's get one more. And I think that they're going to, a little bit of their shadow is still going to be, but that's the habits. So I think they want to talk about this stuff too. But remember, they're seeing you as the biggest blessing that they ever received in their life. So they'll definitely tell you this. But they're wanting emotional fulfillment with you. It's beautiful. You've got two cards of self-love here. And it's sad because I think this person really is going to present like they're confident and coming in. But I just see a lot of scarring in this person's soul still. But for this to come up, I think this is the theme of this. I think they're going to at least be open about the things they know are holding them back. Remember your first three cards, confession, they want to talk about it. They're not trying to avoid it. They want to talk about it. And as we're going through the message cards, I said to you guys, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be something that's easy to really see if you guys can deal with each other's vulnerabilities, not amplify them into conflict. So again, pure intention, but they're not forcing anything on you either. It's funny because this is their next action, and this is more about depth of conversation. In all of their decks, they're wanting union, marriage, and to reunite this. Their next action towards you is literally putting their cards on the table for what was done. But it's not like they're trying to force, I want to get back with you. It's like, I'm just smelling accountability all over it. It's like they're not going to chuck a tantrum if, you're not attentive, or it's like, I just feel this person has so much understanding of what's happened here that they're sitting in patience as well, because you've been so patient. Okay. I just don't feel any pressure here, which is very good. It's healthy. It's not like a kid bloody chucking a tantrum because it's not getting its way, or like a toy's being taken away from them. It's a lot of understanding is the biggest thing. Let's see the universe's perspective of your outcome. Hierophant! Stop it. Six of Pentacles. That's good. Oh, so you guys will see each other, but reunion card. But reunion, gathering. That confirms the date night. So I normally tell you guys not to see each other off the bat. I just think this collective, it might be something you hold off naturally, because I wasn't called to say it, but I do think that you're really going to reunite and just learn to build that bond back with one another. But I feel this is going to... I'm just hearing dating. I feel you guys will start slowly dating again. Maybe you rushed it in the past. Oh my God, you got it. You got it. The twin flame union card in this deck. You got it. This is the universe's perspective on your outcome. So slow dating, but you'll end up being in twin flame reunion. One, divine union, submission to the control of the situation, completion, your life's purpose. Stop it. And you got Hierophant and Six of Pentacles that split. Out of two cards, you got it. From what I can see from this date, get to know each other again. This will just unfold naturally for this collective. You don't need advice. You're there. You can see it in your energy. You're aware. You're aware of what aligns and what doesn't. I think the advice you needed was the patience and understanding of vulnerabilities of one another. I think that was the message cards. This wouldn't be arriving if... Like, normally when I get to this part, I'm like, slow, see the test, don't, this... I just think you get it. Just, you don't need to rush it, but this collective, you won't want to rush it. It's the way they're approaching you that I think will end up being so enticing, because it's not pressure. It's not chasing. It's understanding. It's not creating an argument or playing games, and if you take time to write, like, it's just them truly putting in effort and understanding this is going to take time. They're coming in understanding that it's not going to be, and that's what's beautiful. That's where that true remorse comes in from this reading. It's genuine remorse. It's genuinely, how have I done what I've done? I'll do whatever I can to fix this, and you can see it. Okay, so I always say, you know, when it's time, they come in with so much respect, and they speak the truth without you asking the truth. And that's this person's main focus, to speak about the Ten of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Cups with a pure intention. The things that are still holding them back in life, the things that maybe they have a little bit of shame and regret and are in agony trying to cleanse out and heal, them struggling a little bit with their Nine of Cups and their Ace of Cups here, them still, but there's accountability. I feel I've got worthiness issues. I feel I have a lack of confidence, and that's affected my behavior, not just with you, but other, like, it's deep and it's reflective. And I think for this collective, that's all you've really ever wanted, is to see that this person, it's not even about understanding and truth about what they did to you, but that they want to be the best version of themselves, that you really are in divine alignment, that it wasn't just you healing. To see it, I don't know how to word this, it's that they're your spiritual equal. It's not that you will have frustration for their slow healing, just knowing, and it's not even healing for you but for themselves. And I think that is, you know, I say, you know when something's right because it feels comfortable, it feels safe, it doesn't make you feel anxious. And I'm hearing that for this collective. You'll know by how your body responds to this person. You will know how your body feels. That's all you need. Trust your body. No bigger sign than your emotion. It's your emotional that's your compass in life. That's all you need to reflect on. And again, you wouldn't be getting to this stage if you didn't know it. Okay. Beautiful. I want to get the little pink cards just to confirm everything. That was magical. Getting to know each other again. That were the two cards from, it's just getting to know each other again, getting to relearn one another, the new versions of each other. Very nice. The romantic feelings, yeah, they'll come flooding back. It's the way that this person approaches you that makes this flood back. It's the non-pressure. It's just, I think you'll be surprised, but give this relationship a chance. Working on your partnership again. Very nice. Calling in, I'm going to say you're divine for this. It says calling in your soulmate, but this is really nice. I wanted to see that reconciliation card, but it's safe for you to love. But make sure you get, there it is again. Not long. Every deck nearly for them. Engagement. You did get the twin flame union. So I think this collective, this person's going to propose to you quite quickly. Okay. Because they know. They already know. They know you're their life partner. They know it. So it's not like they're going to hold it back for too long. I think once you guys finally get to that point after a bit of dating, I think everything just falls into place naturally. And it's not, I wouldn't be surprised if you're one of my collectives, you end up eloping. Very beautiful. The last one, I guess that is kind of reconciliation, isn't it, if you get engagement, but expressing their love, we know that. But you have to release the past versions. You have to release the past, see each other as new. Don't hold on to the past. They're about to go ahead and make a grand romantic gesture. Oh, very soon. We know that. But again, You got this, my angels. Oh, I thought that was there. Okay. That was beautiful. Very nice. All right. If that whole reading... Oh my God, it came out. You got the red thread. Finally, it's come out. With the fiery climax completion. You could be finding a lot of red threads right now. That initial came out too. Whoa. Okay. Getting your heart put back together again. Your best friend. You could be going through some friendship issues. No longer a lost cause. St. Jude. Magic all around you. Our Venus star. It could happen on a Friday night. I know you got 4 days, but Friday is our day of love. But it's going to come in quickly and rapidly. Would come in on a storm. I just heard midnight magic with that. Very nice. Good luck and you got 2 about good luck and protection by your side. The Eye of Ra, Eye of Horus, Ancient Egypt you could really resonate with. Oh my God, you got both St. Jude charms. So you're both not a lost cause. The big J with the crescent moon underneath. Or on top, I should say, sorry. You could be a crescent moon, they could be, you both could be. 2010 could have been a big year for you, just individually or even together. I have seen some divines in separation for that long. You're both getting a lot of signs right now. Although this collective, I think you're finally starting to signs are for you. They've always been for you. Is now this person seeing the angel sign symbols, watch the whole thing as you, where it's like the tables are turning. You both have a pearl within. Beach, maybe you've got a beach memory, maybe you need to get to or have a little beach date, or even go down to the water. I always say water's very therapeutic. I see this as babies, my strawberry, because the little seeds on it are the strawberry's ovaries. So little babies. But you could have a memory with strawberries. Oh, that was that. IOSNMN. And then you've got the baby butterfly. I wouldn't be surprised if this collective you're meant to have babusies. And you've got the purple butterfly. But your mind, you could have broken a necklace of recent and the purple candle wax. Okay. Important dates, memories, birthdays, angel numbers. Okay. 567 number, or 765, like you're seeing that number. You could be watching the reading at those times. 3rd of the 5th, 5th of the 3rd, 7th of the 3rd, 3rd of the 5th, 66 portal, 33, another portal energy, 18th of the 6th, 18th of the 3rd, 6 again. It's important. 26th of the 1st, 6th of the 7th, 7th of the 6th, 20th of the 6th. Or you could say 20th of the 9th as well, or 69, angel number, good, bad luck. I find that number very twin flamey, divine, the yin and yang. But anyway, lots of love, my angels. Have a good day.